Today we have a really special vehicle, BMW iX M60.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with the BMW lineup, M series means that it's performance package or even a performance vehicle. In this case, it's more of a package. It's not really a performance vehicle, but it has the tiny bit of spice.
Yeah.
But even more,
you can see with the blue seat belts.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's not the red that makes you fast, but the blue that makes you fast in this case, but we'll take it. What's even more special is the BMW system that we have been testing. Whoa, now I'd say we are well aware what's hidden inside the architecture and the pros and the cons of the whole system. So go ahead.
Just to set some context, this is not the first but the second iX we are testing.
Yes.
We tested the X40i, X-Drive 40i, and this is the M60. Definitely when you hear the words BMW M, or rather the letters, you think of the M5, the M3, but you know, I would say this is just as exhilarating when you floor it, but just not with all the nice V8 noise behind you. But coming back to the point, Tom, I think, you know, I like this system a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I wouldn't say just a little bit, a little more than a little bit.
Because we're going to sound like we're jaded towards the BMW, so we have to be careful here.
I love the colors on this thing. It is so vibrant. The visual design is just, to the most part, on point in my opinion. The display quality is really good. There is a very huge iPhone-like notch on the speedometer, and this, once you see it, you can't unsee it. But otherwise, I love how clear it is. I love how colorful it is, and I think BMW has done a great job, at least with the visual design. What do you say?
It's far from perfect, but what I really like about this system is the voice assist. Hey BMW, maximum temperature rise.
I will set the maximum temperature for the front passenger.
I would lean into it is my favorite system that I've tested so far. And because it just has so many vehicle functions and it just works, you know, it understands you. Obviously there is a word list that you should follow in order to have 100%.
You can probably hear the fake engine noise now.
Yeah, the fake engine noise now. And the fake engine braking. Yeah, it is just working. So you can word different commands in different ways, but it's still picking up the sense of the sentence and it's implementing what you want it to do. Obviously not 100% of the time, but it works more often than the other systems, which is very convenient. But I think this would be a good segue to what I really don't like about the system. It is the fact that BMW has thrown everything into the system and it's a bit cluttered. Where the voice assist comes in handy is literally telling it what you want to find in the system, and it does it for you, because as a driver it would take me forever to scroll through all the menus to, for example, find some cabin adjustments, seats, profiles, etc.
I agree. I think the information architecture really needs a revamp here. I mean, continuing on this subject, what I also don't like a little bit is the icons on this thing, especially when you're driving, when you're focused on looking ahead, right? You want to have a clear touch target, you want to have a clear iconography, and I think Mercedes really hit the nail on the head with this one, and I hope that's the right saying, because they have like such huge touch targets and such huge icons, and they don't clutter it, you know. Sure, you got to go through many levels to get to what you want, but you can operate it in your periphery, and that's the thing I like about the Mercedes system in comparison. So I can even touch a little bit on the voice system, and to BMW's credit, have a list of commands, you know, that the system can accept. I mean, it's definitely not restricted to these commands, but I think there's 50-80 odd command lists that they have within the system that you can go through and really know what works and what doesn't work. And I think it's very important to let the users know about this.
Very convenient. You don't hear the system tell you, sorry, I don't understand too often, although it does happen.
Yeah.
head-up display is humongous, which is convenient. I mean, it's easy. You don't have to take your eyes away from and that was just efficient. So, whoa, did you feel that?
Yeah, you could feel me push. See me push back.
Yeah,
into the
my
seat.
eyes kind of fell inside of my skull for a second, so that was pleasant.
Yeah.
All within legal limits. I am 6 feet 2 inches tall, which is 186 centimeters, and I can reach everything. We've tested vehicles in the past where I couldn't even reach things.
Oh yes, that's very important.
Here on the center console or even the screen, obviously me reaching out, you can see with the camera I'm barely touching it, and it's literally located above the head unit. But since BMW has a very convenient way of navigating the menu in the center console, touch display isn't so necessary for the driver all the time.
True. That's true. And I think there's a very important point to touch on over here, you know, coming back to the system, Tom. When you make a controller like this, you know, which is like a click wheel, which also moves in 4 direction, which also acts as a selector, it's very important to optimize the head unit for this click wheel system. And I think BMW has done a good job at it, for their credit. You know, when you're in menus, you know, you're able to use the wheel to get around your options, your settings, your functions very easily. And somehow this was not the case in some other cars that we saw, to be very frank with you. I don't want to name anyone as always. So, you know, credit where credit is due. BMW has done a good job at this. The system, yeah, I have my gripes with it. I think they should really focus a little bit on their information architecture. They should focus a little bit on their iconography and giving the driver bigger touch targets. Sure, the use of the wheel negates it a little bit, but sometimes you have people who really want to touch the touchscreen, and then you kind of lose them when you don't have the touch targets good enough for them.
If you guys are liking our videos, obviously like and subscribe. Leave a comment what other vehicle we should do a first impression on. But if you'd like to check out other vehicles that we have in our database, please visit screenstudio.com, where you'll find over 80 vehicles with detailed HMI architecture, with overviews and reviews of everything inside the infotainment system.
Yeah.
So that was the BMW iX M60.
Yeah.
I'm Tom.
I'm Shrivas. It's been a pleasure.
And see you in the next one.